Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live on the Going to the Top Productions and the Spunky Spectrum Sports YouTube page. The Big D, ready as always to draft. Before I bring in the Best Ball OG, please subscribe, like, and share the Driving to the Top Productions and the Spunky Spectrum Sports YouTube page. We greatly appreciate you, whether it be wrestling, football, baseball, golf. We try and get it done. Also, check out the Big D podcast for the audio listeners on Spotify and Apple. So, joining me, the only guy who's done more best ball drafts than me, whether it be on Underdog, Drafters, DraftKings, Kings, I call him the best ball OG, Neil Orfield. So, Neil, welcome.
That's a very nice introduction. I'm definitely not a best ball OG. I'm relatively new to it. I think this is my fourth year playing best ball. So there are people who have been doing it much longer than me. And I'm also not the only person who's done more than you, because I know people who have done, I think I heard Sacrilegious has done more than 2,000 drafts this year. So there are some nuts out there. I'm not on that level.
Yeah, yeah. You told me you've done what, 800?
Yeah, something like that. Actually, I think that's just on Underdog. So maybe I am close to 1,000 total if you include DraftKings, few on drafters, etc.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's got best ball sites now, whether it be Drafters, DraftKings, Underdog, but depending on what website you do, it changes your strategy. Because if you're on an underdog draft, I want to get got because it's only half point PPR. I'm looking for guys who are going to score the touchdown. So I'm looking to take more of a Derrick Henry, maybe more of a Saquon early running back approach.
Yeah, I mean, it changed. It's funny because you would think that like you want to get guys like Derrick Henry on Underdog, but then you also are at the risk there if you do that on Underdog of just falling way behind at wide receiver. So it's kind of like counterintuitive. Where like for me on DraftKings, I don't like those like running backs as much. They're not as valuable in full PPR or like relative to the receivers. But also the running backs go so much earlier on DraftKings. It's sort of difficult for me sometimes to decide how to approach the different sites because the way people draft is so different from what they probably should be on both sites.
Yeah, I mean, I try and get guys. I remember, like in one draft, I was stacking a CD. I think I got CD Lamb and then got Devontae Smith, but saw Jameer Gibbs was there at the 211. I'm like, yeah,
Ooh,
I'll take him.
no, you got a CD Lamb and Jameer Gibbs lineup. That's I don't think I've seen that. That's insane.
And then got Devontae Smith in the on top of it.
Yeah, that's the dream.
And I'm like, even though I was going to take Jalen, I was going to take Smith in the second, Jalen Gibson in the third. I'm like, yeah,
No,
I'll
you
pick.
can't risk that. Yeah.
And then I think it was last night or a couple of nights ago, I got Devontae Smith in like the fourth round, and then got Fergie in the seventh. So even if I'm not stacking the game, having a little week 17 correlation doesn't hurt.
Yeah, kind of a secondary stack. I like to do those as much as I can.
Let me see. I don't know why DraftKings is so. How many Millie Maker drafts have you done on DK?
I think like 70 or so. I counted last night just to make sure that I hit that 50 threshold, and I was definitely got there pretty easily, but not like I want to say 60 or 70. No, nowhere close to maxing it out.
I'm at 129 and 105 should try and max it out.
You should just for the discount. I mean, at this point, like because they give you I think $300 back if you max it.
Yeah,
So yeah, at this point, like it's kind of a no brainer, I'd say.
well, this will help.
Yeah, is that what we're gonna do? Are we gonna do a DK Millie?
Yes. Let me see if I can. Here's what I will do. Um, with all my guests, I give a 3, 2, 1, and then we join the same time. So when I go three, two,
Oh, am I
one,
supposed to join against you or no? Or am I drafting with you?
no, no,
Okay.
we'll try and get in the same lobby.
But you and me together. Am I drafting with you, or do you want me to enter on my own?
On your own.
Okay. All right. Did you
So
already enter?
when I say 3, 2, 1, go,
Okay.
then we both hit at the same time. So
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right. I'm in.
I'm trying to get in. I'm 8 of 12. Oh shoot, we're not in this. Oh yeah, we all in the same line.
Okay, nice.
Neil Orfield 8K. That I'm sure that's you.
I am NC Orfield 8K. Yep. And you are
Spunky 33.
okay. I got the 5-hole. You got the 2-hole. Looks like.
Oh yeah, I like it. Finally got an early one. I've been
Very
yeah.
nice.
The 5 holes crazy because I drafted a lot of Bengals early. Now I'm wondering what the heck am I doing? Like, did I just waste all my all my money on the Bengals?
Yeah, it's not ideal. I'm a little bit scared off it too because I've been doing the same. I was really in on Jamar Chase. Felt like the safest option to me early on, and now not looking so safe. And then you got Joe Burrow kind of dealing with the lingering injury. Who knows if that's going to play a factor at all? I don't know. It's a little bit scarier than it once was.
Yeah, and I've tried, and at the 105, I try mixing it up. Like, I try and go here running back with B. John or Brees Hall. Sometimes I'll take Amon Ra. Sometimes I'll take Justin Jefferson. Like, my crazy just for mixing it up. Or should I just take a stand on one guy?
Right. Yeah, no, I am with you. I don't take huge stands on one guy. I usually mix it up quite a bit as well.
But I mean, at the 1 or 2, it's got to be CD unless Pete the Cat takes him.
Yeah, I think you've got it. You've got it pretty easy. I mean, it's one of those two all day for me. And to me, it's a toss up. CMC and CD Lamb. I'll mix it up sometimes. Do you have a preference between those two?
Um, it doesn't matter. Like I did a draft from the 101 and took Lamb, so I'm fine either way.
Yeah.
Although if I take CMC, I'm probably not taking the corner in round 3. I think that's a wee bit early.
Yeah.
McCaffrey, so I will take CD. What are you with early tight ends this year? Because I've tried to get one of the top guys in every draft. I mean, it varies. If I get a Lamar stack, I get Andrews, or try.
Yeah. I often do like I'm very high on Trey McBride this year, so I do often take McBride in like the 4th round. On DraftKings, I feel like it's just super easy to get one of the elite tight ends. So I usually pretty happy with where I'm at with wide receivers by like the 4th round, 5th round, and then I'll take a tight end typically. So I'm pretty heavy on McBride, Andrews. I'll take Kincaid if I have Josh Allen, Kyle Pitts sometimes on DraftKings. I think most drafts I leave with a pretty elite tight end.
Yeah, and it also depends on what stack you take. Like if you take Allen, I try and take Kincaid. I got Kincaid in the 6th round, even though I wasn't stacking Allen. I'm like, that felt like good value.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I rarely take Kincaid when I don't have Josh Allen, but at the right price, definitely I'm willing to take the chance on a guy who could end up being the top receiving option for Josh Allen in a good offense. I mean, seems like a pretty good bet at some point.
What are you in terms of? I mean, I've seen double running back builds. Like I even tried one the day going Jameer Gibbs and Jonathan Taylor. Like,
yeah, it's not an approach that I do all that often. But if you can get Jameer Gibbs and Jonathan Taylor, that feels like. I mean, I guess at the 1-2 turn, maybe you can get that basically all
that's
day.
what I did.
So maybe not something that I have tried to do, but if you feel confident in your later receiver choices, why not?
And so then I'm not doing a million Kyler Murray stacks, even though Kyler's not necessarily bad.
Are you super into Kyler Murray this year?
Yeah.
Yep, same page.
Trey McBride's like my number one tight end.
Yep. Trey McBride's been my number one tight end also. And it feels like a fun stack. Like regardless of like I'm not super confident that it's going to be the top stack you need, but every time I click it, I feel good. Clicking Marvin Harrison or Trey McBride, sometimes both, and then taking Kyler Murray, it just feels like you're kind of all set.
Yeah, I'm
Fun early season schedule is really good. The week 17 matchup with the Rams feels pretty good to me. Like I love it.
So what are you thinking here at the 20?
I'm gonna go Nico.
Yeah.
The fun thing on DraftKings is now I don't need to reach for Tank Dell or Diggs with my next pick. I can often get them at like towards the end of round 4, which is kind of nuts.
Yeah, I've been more on the Tank Dell side than Diggs. I mean, but maybe I've been more on the Tank Dell because I remember what he did last year, and I'm like, I don't want to be under or over Tank. I don't know about Diggs because he's not finished the year well.
Yeah, I'm making the bet that now that he's on a new team, he's going to be a little bit more motivated, continue to work hard throughout the entire year, trying to get a new contract. I'm buying into the motivation angle with Diggs.
Who do you think I should go here? I mean, this is not fun.
No, I mean you can probably take Devontae in round 3. I like Malik Neighbors, honestly. I think he's a pretty great pick here.
Yeah, I've been taking a lot of neighbors. I try and stack neighbors and Pittman if possible.
I don't do a ton of Pittman. Are you really high on him in general this year?
If yeah, especially with AL 15, but I don't necessarily love it, but it's there.
Yeah.
Seems like
Right.
everybody tries to get CeeDee Lamb, Devontae Smith at the 2-3 turn, right?
I know. I always do. And I wonder if it's going to be like super common, but can't worry too much about that. I don't think it's going to be like over owned necessarily.
And you know what else you could do with Nico? I mean, depending on who's available, you could go Baltimore, you could stack Houston. It's a fun way to go.
I know.
Although I'm not sure about playing games on Wednesday, but that's just me.
Yeah. No, it's a weird schedule this year. Already week 1, we're dealing with a Friday game. I'm going to take now that Ayuk signed with the Niners. I feel like he's a pretty good value here.
Yeah, I worry less about Ayuk than I would Jamal Chase, but I mean,
He signed a new deal. I think, and it sounds like Trent Williams is going to sign a deal. So I think we're getting the same
three
Niners offense we had last year.
3 years, 82 million.
Yeah. So I think we're getting a little bit of a dip because of the holdout possibility, and now that that's over, I think it's just it's time to buy.
Nothing crazy so far in this draft, boy. I'm going to be annoyed if a 7th round Rasheed Rice team wins at all.
Yeah, that will be frustrating if the thing that was not possible for most of the year ends up winning it. I'm with you on that. Not going to be a fan if it's a late round Rasheed Rice team, but honestly, I'm not that concerned about it. We know things that people didn't know when they were drafting 7th round Rasheed Rice. So hopefully we just have better teams overall.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs in the 3rd round. I didn't think that would happen.
Yep, that's kind of fun.
Yeah,
Where does Josh Jacobs? He usually goes 4th round, doesn't he, on DraftKings?
yeah, but I guess AJ Dillon's out for the year, and Marshawn Lloyd has been hurt for
Yeah.
eternity. He's like James Cook. McFoley is definitely going a 0 wide receiver.
Interesting approach. There he gets one.
So what are you thinking here?
I think I'm going to take one of these Houston receivers. I'm generally, I think, more on the Diggs train, but it's a toss up for me. I guess I'll take Diggs, and then if you want Dell, you can get your guy. Although I don't know if that's what you want to do anyway, because you're not going to Houston. It's not the start you've got.
I don't know what to do here at the 4-5 turn. I mean, I'm
Too
kind
bad Hurts didn't make it back to. That's always the dream for me.
That's why I take. I mean, I've done drafts. So I take Hurts at the 3. I mean, I know it's a smidge early, but
Yeah. The other thing that I have done is take all 3 Houston receivers, which I don't know if I would try it. If Dell makes it back to me, it's a bit risky because then if you get sniped on your quarterback, you're just in some trouble.
I think I might. I think I might just take Dell for myself.
Can't go wrong if he's your guy.
If the laptop would work, I'm sure I took Tank Dell.
Yeah, you took Tank Dell.
Now, I mean,
the turn takes Trey McBride from you.
no, not that I would have taken him anyway.
Yeah.
I'm thinking either Scary Terry or Andrews, but I mean, or running back. Shoot. How much do you?
I mean, Andrews gives you that correlation.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll just. I don't mind that. And then you could probably guess who my next pick is going to be.
Yeah. Wait. I have to look at your team, but I'm have to look at my team first.
Yeah.
So you've
Landry,
got
Neighbors, Devontae, Dell, and Andrews.
nice. That's a nice looking start. See, here's where I'm like, should I be pushing Stroud? And I don't know that I feel strongly enough about these other options to do so. So I'll reach a little bit. Got the double stack. But I've definitely done a couple DraftKings where I've gone full on. I mean, I guess I got the double stack here with Houston. It's so much easier to do on DraftKings than it is on Underdog. So I feel like I end up with way more exposure to Houston's offense in general on DraftKings because it's just so fun to get a late Stephon Diggs, Tank Dell, end of the 4th round. It feels pretty damn good.
Yeah, and I mean Houston plays Miami week 15, Kansas City week 16, and Baltimore week 17. So sometimes I get some week 15, 16, 17, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, sign me up.
Where I mean, only problem with drafting CJ Stroud is not really running. Not that we care.
It is a downside. I was thinking about that, with the tough kind of matchups with the Chiefs and Baltimore. It'd be nice if he was a rushing quarterback because often you can see the elite quarterbacks run a little bit more in tougher matchups, but that's all right. That's why it's nice to have a double stack with Stroud.
Yeah. So what are you thinking here? I mean,
well, I think I have a somewhat obvious pick, but I'm not going to say it until it's my turn because I don't want to get sniped. Maybe it's not obvious, but a pick that I really like.
I think I know.
He went. I wanted Kittle. All right, I'll adjust. Man, Christian Kirk just falling. I have so much Christian Kirk already is the tough thing.
Too much Christian Kirk. That's my
Yeah,
problem.
that's exactly how I feel. Yeah, I'm gonna do it anyway.
Like I was getting fourth round, fifth round. Now I'm getting in the sixth round. I'm like, what in the world is going on?
Yeah. For an injury that's probably not going to keep him out week 1. But I do have 5 receivers, 0 running backs, 0 tight ends now. Obviously, I have Stroud also, but would have been nice. Would have been nice to get Kittle there because I've got Ayuk. Could have started up a double stack there.
Yeah, and then bro, am I crazy going Dak and Ferguson and just have get my tight ends out of the way?
No, I don't think they're going to make it back to you.
Am I crazy just to go? I mean, because I'm obviously taking Dak, but do I take Ferguson too?
Probably. I mean, you're not far from ADP taking Ferguson there.
Yeah. And there's the tight end. And then maybe I don't even take one the rest of the draft. I mean, with Anderson, Ferguson.
I wouldn't. It's pretty solid 2. You do have the nice thing about DraftKings is you still could, like, depending on who's available late. Sometimes even with a couple elite-ish tight ends, I'll still throw on like a Michael Mayer or something just because I think they're, the best available option sometimes in those last rounds.
I drafted one with Gardner Minshew team. I don't think Mayer's the worst guy. I don't think
Trey Tucker.
who's the guy in LA? Hayden Hurst.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yep. Also,
like I'm gonna show you a draft after we're done where I got wait, let me see if I can, where I think I got Herbert in like the end of the 13th round, and I wasn't gonna take Herbert, but I'm like, yeah, I'm like nobody wants to grab Justin Herbert because
yeah.
LA didn't get, like, I don't know what your take on what your ownership is with Herbert, but it's I feel like Herbert and Trevor Lawrence were the most dissed quarterbacks.
Yeah. No, Herbert. I mean, especially after the foot injury, I think he's sort of fallen a bit too much. Like it does, it scares you off a little bit. The any potential rushing upside, but yeah, I still think he's a very solid pick. For a while, I used to love on Underdog in particular. You could do Josh Palmer, Herbert at like pick 132, 133, like just like back to back double tap them. That to me was a slam dunk for a while. Now, Palmer has moved up quite a bit. Herbert's moved back a little bit, so you can still do it, but just not together so much.
Yeah. I've early I was on the Lamb McConkey trade, but now I'm more on the Josh Palmer train.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, at this point, I'm not drafting either of them that much. So I started on the Josh Palmer train, was super into it when he was going a couple rounds later than he is now. Lad has moved down a little bit, so I have started drafting Lad again, but I don't know. The bet was tough for a little while when he moved up to like 70th ADP or something like that on Underdog.
That was a little bit too high for my like when Deontay was going in the sixth round. I'm like, here we go again. This
Yep,
is happening again.
yep. Deontay, especially on DraftKings PPR, Deontay is just a great pick. What are you doing with Hollywood Brown now?
I'm avoiding it at all costs.
Yeah, me too. I don't feel great about it, but
Yeah, I got Justin Herbert at the 14-1 in a draft last night. And that's
feels
already
good.
with Kyler and Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, that's a solid team.
Like, am I? like I don't know. Should I be? Would I need a third quarterback, or does it? Or in that case,
You don't need it, but if you can backstack him pretty easily.
yeah, I got Quentin Johnston and who's the and Brennan Rice. Oh
Nice.
shoot, who did you take?
Jalen Warren.
Zero B baby.
That's right. Yeah, I went full on zero RB in this one. 6 receivers, 1 quarterback, 1 running back right now.
Did you see the Cincinnati Bengals Jeff show showing Chase Brown as the as the kickoff returner?
No, I did not see that. Uh-oh.
Crap!
You wanted Cortland?
No.
Oh.
No.
I did see that they have Zach Moss as the starter. I did not see that Chase was the kick returner. Does that make you nervous about him?
Yes.
I still think they like him. I don't know.
I mean, unless your name's Christian McCaffrey or Brees Hall, I think everybody's in a timeshare this year.
Yeah, pretty much.
By the way, are you in the? Would you take Brees Hall or Bijan first?
I typically take Bijan first. I don't feel particularly strongly about it. I actually on DraftKings, I kind of wonder if Brees Hall is actually going to be better from a PPR standpoint. Like if Aaron Rodgers is going to throw him the ball 8 times a game and he's going to end up just being a kind of a PPR scam on top of his, already a great scorer. So sometimes I'll go Brees on DraftKings over Bijan, but I think both of them could be very involved in the passing game. So I kind of mix it up, but I think overall a little bit lean towards Bijan. How about you?
I'm more on the Brees camp, especially on DK. I mean, Tyler Gill just scares me.
Yeah.
I know who your next pick's going to be, and I don't even have to ask. Based on your team, it's going to be one guy, if he's there.
Yep. I mean, I've got several in the queue right now, but I think you are probably right about your assumption. Do you know who your pick is going to be next?
Negative. I wish I could. No, I'm not going to snipe your pick.
I mean, I'm gonna get to pick before you, so you're not gonna have the opportunity.
Not that I would.
Yeah, actually, I've got several that I really want with my next couple picks. I'm not sure I'll get more than one of them, or even one of them.
Oh, you know what really annoys me when you get sniped and he doesn't even stack a
Oh
quarterback.
yeah,
Like I drafted Tank Dell and Nico, and then somebody took CJ Stroud, and I'm like, "What are you doing, you ding dong?"
same thing happened to me this morning. Actually, I did a sprint draft, and I pushed CJ Stroud because I could see that I took 2 of the Houston guys, and the third was on the other side of the board. So I was like, all right, I'll push it a little bit past ADP, get him just past ADP, get the double stack, and of course went completely unstacked. Somebody just took him, didn't stack him up at all. I also had I had Marvin Harrison in that one. The same guy took both Kyler and CJ Stroud. So both the quarterbacks that I had lined up. It's
And
kind of a bummer.
he has been banned from drafting.
Yeah, exactly. He did have Trey McBride, so at least he had one of them was actually a stack. For a second, I was like, is this guy just taking my quarterbacks on purpose? Does he think he has a different team than he does? I don't know. But he did have at least one of the stacks.
I'm guessing you in the camp that Trevor Lawrence is a really good value this year, right?
Yep, yep. Very, very into Trevor Lawrence this year.
I don't know.
As you can see, there he goes.
Oh gosh, I don't like this spot for running backs here. I don't know what to do. I don't know
Yeah,
what
it's gross. It is gross at running back right here for sure.
and I've already taken Robinson, so I'm not going to take Eckler. I know who one of my picks will be.
Gus is fine, in my opinion.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that's
it's
what
not
I'm
pretty.
thinking. Might score touchdowns. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah. Man, Rashid Shaheed has been falling so much that he becomes very tempting to me. Because for a little while he was in like the late 90s on Underdog.
I don't get some of these guys. Rashid Shaheed, I think Gabriel Davis is consistently going too deep in drafts.
Yep.
What's up with Brandon Cooks? Has he got a knee injury?
I think I saw he was back at practice.
Okay.
That he has been dealing with an injury, but he's back.
Oh, darn it.
Yeah.
That's why I've got a plan B.
Always good. Always good to have a plan B. Well, this is nice. I have players that I wanted to come back to me, made it back to me.
What, did I take one of the guys you wanted?
No, nobody has taken. I thought probably just one of the trio I'm looking at was going to make it back to
Oh,
me.
I think I know who you want. I
This is
think
tough though. This is tough. All right, I'm going Dallas Goedert, but there were some other options that I was thinking about there. I thought for sure Dallas Goedert would go prior to my pick, but with not having a tight end, getting Dallas Goedert at 125 feels a little bit too good.
yeah, I'm usually one to get early tie in, but I think he got Taysom Hill in this round last night.
I was thinking about Taysom. We also had Dalton Schultz there, who I have stacked. I already have the double stack though, so I didn't need to prioritize that. But yeah, that was the trio. I was kind of thinking about Dalton Schultz, Taysom Hill, Dallas Goedert. Figured Dallas Goedert probably just the best value there.
Yeah, so what do you think about my team so far?
Yeah, I mean you got the nice Dallas stack there with triple stack CD, Jake Ferguson, and Brandon Cooks. I'm a fan
No,
of that.
I took Gabe. I took Gabe.
Oh, you took Gabe. You took Gabe. Okay. Well, still double stack. Tank Dell, you got your guy. You got the little week 17 correlation with Tank Dell and Mark Andrews. Malik Neighbors, I think, is just a good bet this year. I think where he's going, especially on DraftKings, I think he could be kind of a PPR scam. So I think it looks good. Pollard, B Rob, perfectly cromulent, mid round 0 RB targets.
Yeah. And I also have week 17 with Pollard and Gabe. Not that I really.
Yep. And Devonta Smith to bring back on the Dallas, it's a really nice looking team.
But I need another quarterback.
I think I do have the nice thing about my team is I think with Stroud and Trevor, I can just stop at quarterback if I want to.
Yep.
Could throw on a 19th round pick if I wanted to, but don't need to, certainly.
Yeah, like I did a draft. Where I got Kyler and Trevor, and I'm like, I didn't feel the need to get another one.
Yeah, you definitely don't need to with that combo either. I'm struggling with Zeke as he's falling because for a while he was kind of an easy fade for me. I thought he was fine when he was going near Dowdle, but I clearly preferred Dowdle. And now that he's fallen so much, I'm like, well, he could still just have a pretty significant role in that. This could be the goal line guy. He can be kind of a PPR scam himself. So it's tough for me. I don't want to click him, but sometimes I kind of feel like I need to click Zeke when I don't have.
I mean, it depends. Like sometimes I do take down. I just take both of them and hope I'm right with one.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with Chuba here because I think John Brooks. I think John Brooks looks really good.
It'll be interesting to see how quickly they can work him in.
Did you take the? Did you take Trey Benson?
I did. Yeah, I went Trey Benson instead of Zeke with this one.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna take Zeke here. There's a
You could add him onto your stack.
not that. Oh boy, I really like this spot. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna take um Jalir McLaughlin.
He would have been my next pick if you didn't take him. Yeah, I think on DraftKings especially, like they're going to be throwing to running back so much, and I think he's typically going to be the receiving running back. So getting those PPR points could be really nice.
Yeah. Now I'm in a pickle. Ah, shoot. I think I'm gonna take Donnell Mooney.
I like Darnell Mooney. I know Scott Barrett from Fantasy Points is very, very into Darnell Mooney. Thinks that he's a great value this year. So he's somebody that I wasn't taking a lot of early on, but I've been trying to kind of up my exposure there.
Yeah, even if it's part of an Atlanta stack or just a simple value.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
All right. What's it going to be, DTW? All right, good. This was a guy I've been targeting a lot lately, Jordan Mason. I like the value here. I think that he's just the continued upside for Jordan Mason is just more than almost every backup running back. Not quite all, but he is up there in terms of his continued value.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I haven't really targeted Mason, but I like what he's capable of doing.
Yeah, I guess the concern would be if you think Isaac Garendo is going to be a thing. If there are other running backs who might mix in there if McCaffrey goes down. I know obviously Debo can mix in as well, but I think Jordan Mason's pretty talented. I think they like him, so I like the bet that if CMC goes down, it's going to be Jordan Mason time.
Holy cow! Have you seen McFoley, seen Richardson, Burr, and Herbert?
I mean, that's a lot of quarterback capital. Good luck to him. What do his receivers look like?
Judy Palmer, Jane Reed, Amari Cooper, and Zay Flowers. And
Right.
Cole Kmet is tight end.
Yeah, feels like not quite enough at wide receiver.
Yeah, I feel like you've got to. I mean, how many running backs do you go? Because if I draft 3 quarterbacks, I go 3, 6, 8, 3, or if I go 2, 2, 6, 9, 3.
Honestly, I play it different every draft. Like every round, I kind of look at where am I at? How do I feel about this room? I sometimes will just go 2 tight ends or two quarterbacks. But I usually get, I would say I usually get at least 6 running backs and at least 8 receivers. And then it's just kind of playing it by ear from there based on the structure of my team.
Yeah, like some drafts, I think one draft I took 5 running backs. One I took 4 because I was doing a 0 wide receiver build. I just try and mix it up where I don't have 20 of the same team.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to think of any weird builds so far. I mean, Jim Ball only took Marvin Harrison the first 6 rounds.
Yeah, that's getting behind at wide receiver as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for those of us who do go zero running back when teams like mine where I started with a bunch of receivers makes it a little bit tougher when other people don't also go after receiver, because then I'm looking for running back values and all those are gone because other people have been slamming them.
Boy, it was nice to get Bo Nixon, the 16th, 17th, 18th round.
Yeah. Yep. That's getting tougher and tougher. Now, is that just the third quarterback there for the team that took Deshaun Watson just now? He has Deshaun, Kirk Cousins, and Purdy.
Purdy.
Okay.
He's got Calvin Ridley, Rasheed Rice, Cooper Kupp, and A.J. Brown.
Yeah, those are some solid receivers there. Not volume-wise, but he's got some nice ones.
Why didn't he take... If you're going to take those wide receivers, I mean, maybe he was thinking he'd get Hurts, but then why don't you take Jalen Hurts?
Yeah. Got sniped, I guess.
Though he passed him. He took James Cook.
Okay.
Oh, no. I'm going to be hurting quarterback-wise.
Yeah. Yeah, you should probably start worrying about that now.
Crap.
You can do a Sam Darnold, Jalen Naylor, backstack.
Yeah.
Derek Carr, Juwan Johnson, Bryce Young, Jatavian Sanders. But yeah, you got to start working on it, I think. Gardner Minshew is nice because he has, easy late options with Mayer and Trey Tucker.
Yeah.
That was a tough little run there where you took Ray Davis and then Pete the Cat took both Khalil Herbert and Samaje Perine. Three of the running backs that I was targeting here.
I was thinking either Davis or Perine. I'm like, I knew if I took Davis, Perine, he would have taken Davis. I'm like,
yeah.
I mean, it's not. I mean, I knew I needed one more. I don't know. Like, am I making a mistake drafting so many teams later, or is it better to have so many teams later?
I like to draft late personally. I think I found last year that my best I had higher advance rate with teams that I drafted in like late August, early September. I think just having more knowledge at the end is pretty helpful.
Yeah, I was just wondering. Like, I surely only have one tight end because I'm like, I almost forgot I took two.
Yeah, so you're good. You're good at tight end.
Yeah. Who was your last pick?
I went with Antonio Gibson. It was between Antonio Gibson and Braylon Allen for me, which is kind of a toss-up. I think I go back and forth when I'm kind of with that kind of decision.
Yeah,
But
Braylon and all be to Antonio Gibson, more of a PPR back.
yeah, and he's been the lead guy before. We know that Antonio Gibson can be that guy. Like if Reminder goes down, could take on a bigger role. And just being the PPR guy, especially on the Patriots, who should be playing from behind most games. I think it's nice to have the receiving back there.
Yeah, I know New England's offense been gross and draft, but I don't mind taking Hunter Henry. I mean, I don't mind taking Drake May as the third quarterback because I think you could do worse
Yeah,
than
for sure.
Hunter Henry. Although, to be honest with you, I wish that the rookie wide receivers would play because some of the other guys, like, who's the guy from Minnesota, KJ Osborne? Nah, whatever. I want to see I mean, I don't know about you. I don't know what you would think, but I like to see Jalen Polk or the guy from UCF play.
Javon Baker.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean that would be the most fun to see the rookies, see what they can do. But they also go draft in almost every draft. So I've done some late KJ Osborne just based on like what they've said, kind of indicated that he might be one of the starters, and he doesn't go draft all that much.
Same
Yeah,
here.
honestly, I've mixed in all of them. I think I have the most Jalen Polk for sure. He's the one that I've taken the most of. But I've mixed in all of those guys.
Even Kendrick Bourne, I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah, it doesn't feel good.
Yeah, and one of my rookie targets, this rookie receiving targets this year's been Jalen McMillan. I love me some McMillan.
It's a good bet.
Who are you? Who you guys you like drafting?
Rookies or just anybody.
Oh, anybody.
I mean, I'm buying in on the Rashad Bateman hype again. I'm ready to be heard again. The team just everything they say is so positive about him. We think he's going to be a star in this league still. Just it's all, and it's the coaches, it's the players, it's Lamar, Mark Andrews, all of them just hyping up Rashad Bateman as a potential star. And I'm like, you know what? And there were some injury issues last year. So I'm buying in again. I'm ready to be heard again with Rashad Bateman. I've been Demarcus Robinson, another like late round, could be nothing, could be a very solid vet. Yeah, so I've been doing kind of the not quite. I mean, Demarcus Robinson kind of dusty. Rashad Bateman, it's probably too early to call him a dusty vet, but the veterans that other people don't like clicking are kind of the guys I go after.
Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah, I'm with you on Bateman. If I get Houston, Baltimore, I just stack them. And look, you got week 17.
Yeah. Janu, the Dolphins fullback, apparently.
Oh gosh, now what? Now my Dolphin stacks have gone to waste now.
I've taken a lot of Janu also. I'm not too worried about it really, but was not expecting that to be the listing on the depth chart.
I wasn't expecting Chase Brown as the kick return. I'm like, what have these teams been drinking?
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh gosh, my quarterback room is going to be fun this year.
Oh, so you have I forgot you have Dak too. So you do have two quarterbacks already. So you're all right. You have Darnold and Dak. I mean, you probably want one more, but it's not like
I took
you could
Daniel
survive with
Jones
that. Yeah.
because I drafted Neighbors. Hmm. Oh, let me think. I think I will take. Speaking of rookies, I will take Jermaine Burton.
I've got a lot of Jermaine Burton. I've got even more Andre Yoshevus across my entire portfolio.
Yeah, it's not my favorite quarterback room, but hoping I don't need Daniel Jones.
Yeah. All right, I'll go back to my guy. Autoc Estime, been a staple for me for the past couple months. When I don't have Javonte Williams, always fun.
Yeah, I try and mix in those Denver running backs.
Me too.
Hmm. So, I mean, what do you think about my team's 17 rounds in?
Let's see it. All right.
Uh,
Pull it
or
up.
should I just put it on the draft board?
Yeah, you can do that too. So you got Dak, Dak and Darnold. I mean, you
Dak,
start with
Darnold,
four.
and Daniel.
I mean, it looks solid to me. Like your running backs, Tony Pollard, Brian Robinson, Gus Edwards, Jaleel McLaughlin, Ray Davis. I feel like it's turning out pretty nicely. Obviously, Darnold and Daniel Jones individually you don't love the bets, but when you have both of them, I feel like it's as your second and third when you already have Dak, I think it works out. So yeah, I think it's looking good.
Would it be too early to draft? I mean, would it be? I try and not reach for quarterbacks if possible, but would it be too early if I go Dak, Devontae, and take Jalen Hurts in the third round? Am I better off waiting?
So you mean CD and Devontae, like take him in the early third round with
Yeah,
Jalen Hurts?
at the 302.
I feel like it's a little bit too early. Like I think that the skill position players are just so good still there that I don't love doing that. But I think it'll be kind of rare because it's not that often that Jalen Hurts makes it back to the end of the fourth round. So it might be sort of unique combo. All right, what do I want to do here? I'm a Michael Mayer slappy.
A couple guys. I mean, I'm trying to think of like some late running backs, 19, 20 round backs. Oh, there's one.
Who's that? Oh, Madison.
He-
Yeah, I mean, let's see, in this round, Will Shipley's still there. He's kind of a smash for me when he's still around. Trey Sermon seems fine. Actually, Kenneth Gainwell, like if Shipley goes, sometimes I'm like, well, it still might be Kenneth Gainwell as the RB2 there. I don't hate that. I don't do a ton of Miles Sanders or Jamal Williams, but I think both
oh,
are like reasonable-ish plays. There's one guy in my Discord who just loves Deuce Vaughn, and I
oh,
can't get myself to do it. I think I have a couple shares, but can't get myself excited about Deuce Vaughn. So I'm at 2673.
I'm at 3682.
I guess I have the stack. Maybe I should do a rare. Let's see if it makes it to me. I mean, I'm not that worried about it. John Mechie, I'm thinking.
Oh yeah,
John Mechie.
I've taken Mechie as like a 20th round pick.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking at Wolves if he's or who's the guy in Miami, not Tyreek or Water, Malik Washington, I don't mind taking a chance on these guys.
No, yeah, why not? I mean, when Noah Brown was still there, it was a little bit like murkier, like because it was like, well, I don't even know if somebody gets hurt, is he necessarily going to see time? But at this point, it kind of feels like John Mechie is just he's one injury away from being pretty relevant.
Yeah, I mean, even a guy like Malik Washington could end up playing in Miami. I think
Oh yeah,
Josh Reynolds was everybody's 20th round darling last year.
I still do some Josh Reynolds. I don't hate that pick.
I mean, Puka was the ultimate 20th round darling when he went there last year.
Yeah.
I'm debating, do I go another wide receiver, another tight end? I mean, I'm really good at tight end with Andrews and Fogey.
Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong here. I think it's sort of a luxury pick. Like if you like a guy like Tucker Kraft, I think that's reasonable. Gives you a little bit of injury insurance there. But you can also just take an upside swing on a guy like Javon Baker if you wanted to.
Yeah, I've taken a lot of Baker. I mean, I'm thinking Theo Johnson or Javon.
Yep, I think those are both strong options.
Yeah, it's like nobody wants to draft Jawan Johnson this year, and it's like that surprises me.
Yeah, no, he is a smash pick for me right now. Man, I'm thinking about doing something so gross right now that other people have been doing, and I've been avoiding it. I think I'm gonna
Oh
do it.
no, oh no, I think I know what you're gonna do. Are you gonna do last round Spencer Rattler?
No, I'm not that gross. Come on. No, here, Treylon Burks. Treylon Burks. I think he's probably just a kick returner, probably not going to be all that involved in the offense, but he's a bring back on my Jacksonville. Give him a little shot. Still relatively young.
Okay, you picked tight end, wide receiver.
I finished with a 2693 build. Yeah. Yeah. I think Theo Johnson is what I was going to say. Yeah. Wait, you already went, right?
Yes,
Okay. Yeah.
I hope I did.
I think you did.
Yeah, I did.
I like that. Since you have the stack, I think that's the pick there.
Hold on. I'm actually in another slow draft on the clock in the 11th round.
Oh yeah, we're down to 10 minutes in those ones.
Oh boy. At least until night, right?
Yep. Thank God I'm out of that slow draft hell.
Otherwise, we'd all be in trouble, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Neil. So your team is JJ, Nico, Brandon Ayuk, Steph Diggs, CJ Stroud, Christian Kirk, BT, Jalen Warren, Chase Brown, Trevor, Dallas Goddard, Trey Benson, Jordan Mason, Bateman, Gibson, Juwan Johnson, Audric Estime, Michael Mayer, John Mechie, and Trayvon Burks, and then yours truly with CD, Neighbors, Devontae, Tank Dell, Walk Andrews, Dak, Fergie, Pollard, B Rob, Gus, Gabe, Briel Davis, Jaleel McLaughlin, Donna Mooney, Ray Davis, Sam Donald, Daniel Jones, Jermaine Burton, Jalen Nair, Will Shipley, and Theo Johnson.
Very nice.
So what do you think about it? How it turned out?
Yeah, it looks nice. I mean, you have, I think, just a single stack with Darnold, right? And then you have the
Yeah.
double stack Daniel Jones with Theo Johnson, Malik Neighbors. You've got the double stack Dak with both of his primary pass catchers. Yeah, I think it's a really solid team.
Yeah, I always end up dissing my teams. I don't know why.
What do you think? Are you going to diss this one? Do you like this one? I think for a zero RB team, you ended up with some solid enough running backs.
Yeah, I try not to get so much of one guy. I think like the most I'm like at 20% with certain players.
Me too. Yeah, I think the most I have on Underdog I was looking at is like 23% of Khalil Herbert. I think is my highest exposed.
Oh boy.
It's a lot.
I'll
But
tell you how much. I'll tell you. So based on how much Khalil Herbert you have, do you have any DeAndre Swift?
very little. I have a little bit, but it's like sub 4%, I think.
I've got zero Swift. I had one Swift last year, and I have zero this year.
Yeah. It worked out last year, not having a ton.
Yeah,
So hopefully it works out for us again.
yeah, I want to show you before you go. I want to show you one team I drafted last night from the 112.
All right, let's see it.
It's not CeeDee Lamb. I'm on Raw. Good.
I don't know if there is a CD on Monra this year. I'm hopeful that it's Puka and Marv, but
I went all NFC West to start.
oh yeah, nice. So you got the Puka Marv. I like taking Trey McBride there. It's a little bit of a reach take him at 37, but I do it myself quite a bit.
And then I took Mixon.
I assume that's Kyler after Mixon. Yep,
Yeah.
like that.
Then
So you've already got your double stack with a bring back.
Christian Watson with Ramondre.
Very nice.
Then Ty J and Jordan Addison.
Nice value on Addison there.
I don't know. I mean, Addison scares me, but that value in the 10th round looks juicy, right?
Yeah, I mean he used to go what 4 rounds earlier, 3 rounds earlier than where he's going now.
Yeah.
So hard to pass on that.
And then Zeke. Oh gosh, I really like that.
Gross. Throw the team away. No, that's about the right spot for Zeke. All right, so you get Stafford. So you've got the double stack now, or you've got both sides of that game. You have Kyler and Stafford.
Yeah,
Jalen Wright.
I sometimes draft teams like if I'm drafting Miami Cleveland, I'll take two on Deshaun, even though I don't really like Deshaun. I'm like, if that game goes off, not the worst thing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And then Jalen Wright, and then Justin Herbert.
Herbert at 157 is really nice.
I'm like, I wasn't even going to take a quarterback at that point, but when I saw Justin Herbert there, I'm like, one of these guys is going to get him.
Just look at the quarterbacks he went after in this one. Justin Herbert goes after Sam Darnold, Geno Smith, Will Levis, Aaron. Like that's insane.
I mean, Justin Herbert was in the 5th round of drafts last year. Now he's going behind Baker, Aaron Rodgers, and Will Levis.
Baker,
What?
yep.
And then 15th round was Quentin Johnson.
In a vacuum, I don't love the Quentin Johnson pick, but when you have Justin Herbert, I think it makes sense to take that.
Yeah,
take that risk.
I'm trying to take him more with Palmer, but QJ. And then 16th round was Hunter Henry.
Nice. Another bring back for that game.
17th round, Justice Hill.
Solid pick.
And then 18th round, Kobe Parkinson.
Add on to the stack.
And then I think 19th round was Brennan Rice.
Okay, add on to that stack. Yeah.
And then Roman Wilson.
Oh, Roman Wilson, last pick or I guess not last pick in the draft, last pick or first pick of the 20th round. Yeah, I mean that's a solid team. Some really, really strong value on that one. And well correlated, like across the board.
It's funny, I've been drafting a lot of Kobe Parkinson. It's like the 3rd tight end with my Rams stacks.
I haven't been taking that much Colby Parkinson. I wonder if that's a mistake because you're not the first person who's told me that Colby Parkinson is like a favorite target in the last rounds. For whatever reason, he just has not been somebody I go after that much, but probably should be. Seems like he is the TE1 there.
And I try and mix up different kinds of backs because if I know, okay, Ramondre and Mixon will be more feature backs, then I need more PPR backs. I don't want to have 6 touchdown guys. I want to have a PPR guy.
Yeah, mix in the different profiles, different texture to the running back room.
Yeah, so just in general, do you have any advice for me?
For best ball?
Yeah.
I mean, I thought both the teams you showed me look like you're drafting similar to me. So like you're doing a lot of 0 RB type of drafts from what I can tell. So honestly, they look pretty damn good to me. It seems like you were drafting similar to me. So I don't know that I can give you any great advice because you're already taking the approach of like 0 RB. You're doing kind of the right structures. I like that you're not like some people I think try to get too cute with like only taking 3 running backs or like just go with 1 tight end or one quarterback. And in my opinion, that's not the right approach. I think just building structurally sound teams where you're taking kind of the right draft capital at every position the build you just did, what, 3683? I think that's a really solid structure in general. You're building out 0RB, which I think makes a lot of sense. So I'm trying to, it seems like you are cognizant of bye weeks also. So you're kind of paying attention to all of the things that we need to be paying attention to. So I wish I could give you advice, but I think you're doing great. You're, kind of drafting just like I am, which
Yeah,
I'm not the best in the world. I'm not trying to claim like I'm necessarily correct, but as far as giving advice goes, I'm not going to advise you to do anything different than the way I'm drafting.
yeah. In a way, I try and do what is right. Like, is Joe Mixon a guy I want a ton of? No, but you know what? 5th round. I mean, I don't want to have all 5 wide receiver, 1 running back, 1 tight end, 1 quarterback. I sometimes change him, and then I'm like, see who falls because. Not saying Christian Watson my favorite pick, but if he's healthy,
He could be a smash. Yeah, Christian Watson, I think it's a pretty good. I drafted him on my my most serious season long team, just as I think like if he is healthy, he could be the guy there.
yeah, and then Jordan Harrison. I mean, if he avoids getting suspended for the DUI, because seemingly I don't know what the NFL does. They're like 3 years too late with suspensions.
Yeah,
I mean,
unless you smoke marijuana, then you're out right away. But anything else, they don't care.
I mean, Rasheed Rice been in trouble multiple times, not going anywhere.
Nope. Yeah, it's a strange system they've got for punishment.
Yeah. So, where can people view your work, Neil?
Yeah, I mean, I'm on Twitter at PlayerQDFS. I'll post everything there when it goes live. But I'm doing content for fantasy points, roto grinders, 4for4, and then on my own channel, I have a YouTube channel called the Flannelverse. I'll be doing DFS showdown, so DraftKings showdown content 3 days a week in the Flannelverse. So those are generally just on. You can follow me on Twitter. I'll post it all there.
Yeah, this week's going to be wacky because we've got DFS Thursday, Friday, Sunday, and Monday. So will
Yeah.
that be 4 million makers, 5 million makers?
Yeah, I haven't looked at the contest yet, but probably they're going to do one for all of them. So it's going to be, it's going to be a fun week of DFS.
Yeah, especially $5 for the main slate on Sunday, but I think it's 15 for the Thursday night slate. I don't know if I haven't even seen the Friday slate.
I have not looked at. I just learned today that I'm kind of expected, or I've been asked to do content for the Friday site that I was not necessarily going to do. So I need to. I'll be working a lot this week.
All right, Neil. So thanks for hopping on, and hopefully, we bring home the bacon this year.
Yeah, let's take it down. One of us from this tournament will take it down. Thanks for having me on.